In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do the basic ruffle edge. So it's really lovely, very simple edging if you're wanting something a little bit frillier around the edge of your project. And make sure you stay to the end because I will show you how to do an extra large version of this as well. So a really nice way to end off one of your projects. Hello, my name's Karen Stangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. Everything I talk about in today's video will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. So if you're keen to get going with this video, give me a thumbs up and let's do this. For this tutorial I'm using a double knit yarn. I've already made up a swatch for me to demonstrate onto. This is just half trebles. I have a 4mm crochet hook, I have scissors to cut off my ends and my needle to sew in my ends. So you can do this with the same colour that you're already working with, or you can have a contrasting colour that you'd like to work with. I'm using a contrasting colour so you can see the difference between the coloured stitches. So I'm going to start off by making a slip knot, and you don't have to do this, but I prefer to do this. I'm going to flip my work over to the wrong side and I'm going to do a row of double crochets in my border colour just to give a bit more of a neater edge. I actually quite like the way it looks. I find it easier to work the borders into. So I've joined my yarn and I'm going to do a double crochet. In fact, I'm going to crochet over my tail so I don't have to sew it in at the end. So that's one less weaving in job to do. And I'm just going to do a double crochet in each of the stitches all the way down the side. If you're doing this on a blanket, you could do this all the way around. I'm just going to demonstrate on the top row. So I'm just going to finish this row off and then I'll show you how we do the basic ruffle edge. So I've worked my row of double crochet on the wrong side and I've hidden my end in and just trimmed that off, so that's all nice and tidied away. So for the ruffle edging you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 and turn. If you haven't done a double crochet border or you're not using the same colour, you can just chain 3 where you are, and obviously you wouldn't need to turn as long as you're working on the right side of your project. So I've chained 3. That does count as a stitch, but we're going to put 3 trebles into that first stitch. So this is 1. We're going to do a second treble and a third treble. We're not going to skip any stitches, we're going to work straight into the next stitch and do 3 trebles. So in each of those double crochets or stitches from the side of your project, we're going to do 3 trebles. And we just work that all the way down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to finish off the rest of this row so you can see what it looks like when it's completed. So I've just finished my row of ruffles. Let's bring that up a bit closer for you to see. Now they do sort of end up looking like this, so you just need to sort of push them into the position that you want them to be in and give them a sort of zigzaggy effect. And that's how to do the basic ruffle edge. Now what you could do if you wanted to make this a taller edging, you wanted a bit more, you could go through the same process. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do 2 trebles in the first stitch, 3 trebles in the next stitch, and 3 trebles in all the stitches working along. So I'll just finish this row off of the extra tall. and I'll show you what that looks like. So I've just worked along half of the row with the extra row of the 3 trebles in each treble, and you can see how it really makes an obvious statement that this is a ruffle compared to just the one. So it depends on the sort of look you're looking for. If you're wanting to go even taller, I would suggest doing row 1 and then 1 treble in each stitch, and then going back to row 1 with the 3 trebles in each stitch if you're going to have more rows of ruffles. That's not easy to say. This is a yarn eater, so make sure if you're going to do this, particularly if you're going to do the taller version, that you have enough yarn to complete your project. So that's how to do the basic and the tall ruffle edge stitch. I really hope you found today's tutorial useful. If there are any information that you need to find out about this video, have a look in the descriptions below where I post all the links to any freebies and other videos I think you might find useful. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, to give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget also to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to see more of my tutorial videos. There are 2 other videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!